Tron Ares is like going to McDonald's, then 9 Inch Nails is like consuming the best McFlurry you've ever had in your miserable life as you eat the rest of this McDonald's. I think the biggest compliment for Tron Legacy is as a Disney movie is that it does not feel like a Disney movie, whereas Tron Ares is very much a Disney movie, a 2025 Disney movie. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Pinoys versus the World. I'm Chris Angkico.
My name is Harald Hyllseth.
And today if you're watching on video, I'm in the host chair today because we are talking about Tron Legacy, a movie I know everything about. I'm gonna start right away by plugging a video that I made 4 years ago about the Daft Punk soundtrack for Tron Legacy, which we're going to talk about in this video because it is very, very pertinent to what we're talking about today with Tron Ares. But prior to like April of this year, it had been out there for like 4 years. It had like 30,000 views or something. But once the Ares trailer came out, it started getting a bunch of views, and right now it has around like 220,000 views, which is crazy.
Let's go.
Like it's another experience of YouTube being like an investment in the stock market. It's like you put your money down and you have no idea how it's going to grow over time. And that's the nice part is that unlike stocks, YouTube videos can only go up in views unless they're completely taken down. They can only go up.
Man, imagine a day where it's like you could really hate watch something to the point where it's like, okay, YouTube is implementing, they got rid of the dislike button, but we are implementing a negative view button. So if you really hate it, you could put it on at the very end and then rewind it. You can watch it backwards, 2 times speed.
That would be wild. If you're looking at our wardrobe, again, I've just said that we have switched seats. Earlier, which is about 5 minutes ago. We just finished recording the Chainsaw Man episode. So if you're wondering why we're in the similar clothes, the video has not been reversed. We actually did switch seats.
Check it out. Check out the vid.
Check that out. But we're here doing a double dip, and we're gonna do the double dip right now. Getting into Tron Ares, Tron Legacy. I guess first of all,
where are we starting?
We're gonna start. I guess. Well, first of all, so Tron Ares is the third in the Tron series. It's weird, they make a Tron movie every 20 years, I guess. First one was in 1982, Jeff Bridges' first CG animated movie. It really does look like it, early computer stuff. Then Tron Legacy came out, which we're gonna talk about a lot in this because it's one of my favorite, honestly, just one of my favorite movies in general because I watched Tron and Tron Legacy back to back, and where I thought the first Tron was so boring, Tron Legacy is it's like a visual and audio experience, and it is kind of like a music video, but in a way that feels more meaningful than I ever thought it would. And a lot of that is again because Daft Punk did the soundtrack on it, and it's one of the best movie scores probably ever made, at least in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
But also we got to shout out because it's in my video, Joseph Trapanese, who is a composer himself and helped Daft Punk arrange it. So again, I don't know how much of it was Daft Punk's the brainchild and how much of it was Trapanise's work, but
it was their first and only soundtrack.
It's their first and only soundtrack.
Yeah.
So it's they needed a guy like that to sort of help them turn kind of their electronic interpretations of instruments into actual arrangements. Again, we'll talk more about that as we get into it, but just in general, Legacy is it just blew me away. The visuals of the grid are just insanely good. There's so many good action scenes in it, and it just has a vibe. It's the most ultimate vibes movie. I think it's probably one of the best vibes movies ever made.
Yeah.
But now we're gonna get into Tron Ares though. Tron Ares is why we're here.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Regrettably.
But
makes me wonder where the little splash screens are going to go for the for the name of the title and stuff.
Yeah,
God.
Yeah. Oh, you mean in this episode?
Oh, in this episode. All up to Chris.
I'm editing this one.
All up to Chris.
This is my first video one to edit, but this was I'll just go with some little synopses here. This is directed by Joachim Roning,
my Norwegian brother.
Yeah. So what's the
Kontiki and Max Manus.
Yeah.
Very, very famous Norwegian cinema from, I believe, 08 to 2012 was when those both were released. I think, Max Manus in 08. I mean, man, I'll tell you a little bit about Norwegian cinema, and I think we're actually I'm gonna pull you all out to that new that Academy Award. Well, it's not nominated yet, but they're putting it up for appreciation at the next Oscars. Norway is, but the film coming out with Elle Fanning. And
Sentimental Values.
We will be seeing that, and that will be in Norwegian.
That looks really good. Yeah,
super excited. But no, I got to just shout out Kon-Tiki and Max Manus, very, very famous Norwegian cinema. A lot of Norwegian cinema has to do with World War II. So there you go.
I see.
Yeah.
Well, ever since he did all those Norwegian movies, he's done 4 Disney movies. He's done Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man Tell No Tales, the latest and maybe last Pirates of the Caribbean. I remember it because it was the first movie I ever reviewed in college.
Oh, yo.
At the Daily.
Oh, shout out the UW. You know, you're not going to hear me shouting out UW very often.
Shout out
the
Daily. See, that's what happens when I'm in the host chair.
Yeah.
But I remember, like, it's Joachim Roning and Espen Sandberg are the two, like, they, like, co-directed your Kon-Tiki.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And so they co-directed Pirates of the Caribbean. That one, honestly, I thought it was pretty good. It was my first Pirates of the Caribbean movie, and I think I was just really happy to be seeing a movie for free
to be there.
And getting paid to like watch the movie. I think that was also just a great experience.
As someone who was never a part of the Daily Evergreen, which is the WSU side of the student newspaper, I don't know if they were sending out people for the movie reviews. So shout out the Daily for seeing Chris's worth.
There we go.
There you
Amazing. Go. I'm not sure if they saw my worth. It was just like, hey, you want to see this movie? No one else wants to see it. It's the 5th Pirates of the Caribbean.
Hype them up.
But I'll take it. Again, I got paid for it. So, and then also he did Maleficent, the second one, Mistress of Evil, in 2019, and then the Daisy Ridley movie, Young Woman in the Sea, which I've heard is pretty good. That came out last year. But then we got Tron, and it stars Jared Leto as Ares, Greta Lee as whatever Greta Lee's character's Eve.
Shout out Eve.
Evan Peters as Julian Dillinger.
Cal Kestis is in this.
This is what Cameron Monaghan is his name.
Mm-hmm.
And then Hassan Minaj.
Shout out.
And I think a career-defining performance.
He's so good
he's
in
actually
this.
Really, ironically, he's really good in it.
Top 2 actors in this entire movie, anyways.
Yeah. Like, Patriot Act on Netflix doesn't hold a candle to what he does in this movie. Oh, man.
Best supporting actor role coming up right here.
He's so good at it. We're going to talk about the cast and the story a little bit and lack thereof. We're not going to talk about it too much.
Yeah.
But really, the story is, and why we're going to compare them, is the soundtracks. 9 Inch Nails, a.k.a. Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross did the soundtrack for this, and it's very, again, they're very prolific film composers. They did The Social Network, they did Soul, they did Challengers, which is like my favorite.
Soul.
They did
very
Soul.
Good.
Yeah,
nice.
Very good.
Very good. We love jazz.
But yes, they've done a lot of David Fincher movies, and then also just some random Disney movies, and again Challengers, which is probably maybe my favorite movie score ever. So I mean, they come into it with huge pedigree. Disney was the one, because normally they go under their names when they do scores, but this one they went by 9 Inch Nails because Disney said you need to do it. And so I actually have a friend, I was over at his house for a party like probably a month and a half ago. He's a huge 9 Inch Nails fan.
Yeah.
And he told me that the moment that the trailer came out and they dropped music and they dropped the album, he bought the vinyl. So it is like literally a Tron Ares themed 9 Inch Nails vinyl, which is pretty sick.
Just red. It's got to be crimson red.
Yeah.
Because we've been subjected for months to the something to believe in.
Yeah, exactly.
At the end of every.
So that's kind of like table setting for it.
Yeah.
And then, but like kind of as we get into the movie, like again, the music sort of like hits you right away. First of all, the opening titles for Disney,
You're just getting attacked by the bugs.
Away these like freaking bugs right here. But the opening like title sequence, which you were not in the theater for, was very reminiscent of Tron Legacy. There's lots of callbacks to Tron Legacy and Tron.
Robin Roberts
movie
as well.
Yeah, so the movie, as we just get into the movie, movie begins with like a weird like Uncanny Valley newsreel virtual synopsis of like random stuff that's happening, and we're getting all the Good Morning America anchors.
George Stephanopoulos,
like Robin Roberts. Was Michael Strahan in it? I
really hope,
idea. I don't think he was.
That's gonna be the headcanon.
It's gonna be the headcanon. Michael Strahan was also in it, about like the disappearances of like the Flynn's and like where everyone went from the past movies. And then it just goes straight into the music. It just goes, and then it just goes like super hard. Like they're creating Ares, they got the world, and like it kind of starts like this theme of the movie where it's like once the music hits and you see like these very interesting visual sequences, you're like, oh my god, okay, like this is why we're here in the theater. Like we saw it in the Dolby, and it was just like it was just bumping, and then you just get the title sequence like Tron Ares.
Tron.
And then they're talking about like how Ares is like the best like fighting guy ever created and all that stuff. And I actually liked the stuff at the beginning before it's revealed to be Jared Leto's face, where it's like he's like built and he's trying to figure out what face he's got, so he has no face. And so he's just kind of like moving around and like doing random stuff.
Well, like I think I told you after this, I think the only thing I pull, I think it might even be my Letterboxd review. This is Jared Leto's origin story. This is just Jared Leto. This is how Jared Leto was born into our current world.
Apparently, they said that Jared Leto was the one who he really likes Tron, and he wanted
like he's the only one who likes Tron.
He was like, apparently he was that people. That's why I saw reports. I don't know how true or false it is, but he was saying like, he just really likes Tron and like wanted to see it like get made.
Bro's
so, like,
a mega fan. He's a mega fan.
So he might be a producer on it. I forgot.
Well, shout out one of the bigger crashes in recent box office history for Disney, which is really saying something.
Well, if you cast Jared Leto in something, it's not going to do well. Like the Suicide Squad, the original Suicide
Absolute
Squad.
Morbius. That's where I'm going with that.
Morbius. Even though Jared Leto, like, he doesn't perform at the box office, out of the 3 performances we're talking about, Ares, the Joker, and Morbius,
it's his best role.
Ares is the best one of the 3.
Yeah.
He's actually doing like a pretty good job. Like, he was not distracting. The distraction was like you come in before the movie. It's like, or if you're going to see it or not because Jared Leto's in it. But once you're in the movie, he's like fine. Because the character is like so robotic.
Oh yeah.
And he's like trying to figure out how to like humans work. I feel like that's very like reminiscent, like you said, it's very reminiscent of Jared Leto. Like
I think this is just complete. This might be completely false, but I really think I remember around the time. I mean, this somewhat has to do with some of my history personally with Apple iTunes in the early days. My first, we talked about this first thing I ever paid real hard cash through an Apple iTunes gift card was for the Tron Legacy soundtrack. And then that's what introduced me to Daft Punk, which was amazing. But I remember around that time, Starbucks was still doing their like free music, like a week or a month card. And if you went to go to Starbucks, which I don't know if we go into Starbucks anymore nowadays, but like back then they were a little bit more based. And
Starbucks doesn't even go to Starbucks.
Starbucks doesn't go to
like,
Starbucks.
They closed that big Cap Hill. Yeah, like
it's cooked.
They're closing
which is
exactly.
fine.
Starbucks is cooked, which is fine because their coffee was like
shit.
not great. Like there's we're in Seattle.
Take the Sonics and like I'll wish nothing but bad on you for the
We're in
rest of your
Seattle.
life.
There's so many actual good places to get coffee.
Yeah.
You can go to any one of those. You can literally throw a rock and you get a good coffee
No.
place. That's all I'll say. I'm not gonna rag on
no.
Starbucks is more than we need to. I'm gonna highlight like there are a lot of places to get coffee.
Get it.
I'll go the other way.
Yeah,
a lot of great places to get coffee. But anyway.
But shout out, I got a free QR code through that to get a free 30 seconds to Mars. 30 seconds to Mars song. And I was like, and I watched the music video and I was like, who the hell is this guy? And it just seems like you pulled a Jared Leto out of one of his music videos and put him in this movie. And it's like, yeah, it does play up a lot of the strengths of this Ares AI character, right?
Yes. Now, in terms of like the plot of the movie, because like Ares is like a soldier, and like Ares is a soldier that is like built in a computer to fight in the real world. And I think that's the first like decision that the movie makes that compared to the first 2 Trons, as we continue to shoo away flies
for the next 20 minutes,
mosquitoes for the next 20 minutes, is like a big misstep. Is that it takes place in Vancouver.
Look, we love Vancouver, BC.
Mostly in Vancouver and not the grids. Like Tron Legacy,
it is also filmed in Vancouver.
It was also filmed in Vancouver. It's
they
like
go over
the
big bridge
because NCOM, like the main company, is like in this Vancouver place, and like Sam Flynn, the main character of Legacy, is like in it for a little bit, and he's like exploring the world, but then he gets sucked into the grid, and he's there for the rest of the movie.
Yeah,
Ares is like, no, corporate humans are trying to bring these programs and AIs into the real world.
Thank you, Quicksilver.
Materialize them into the real world so that they can fight on behalf of the military. Which again, just saying that premise sounds like if it's not a Disney movie, could really do something. There's a lot of stuff in this movie where if it was not a Disney movie and they didn't have like corporate interests like they had to like sort of live up to and be like, AI's not that bad, that kind of stuff.
Well, I also don't think anyone dies in this movie, which is blasphemy. Because at a certain
Gillian Anderson, Evan Peters'
R.I.P. mom.
Yes, R.I.P. mom dies in this movie.
But she like kind of dies because of the AI. I guess I'm just trying to like validate your point further that it was like very interesting at the very top, because something I don't know if I've even mentioned in the episode yet, but I saw Ares and then Legacy, because I've never seen Legacy. I've only ever heard the Daft Punk soundtrack. So to have all the parallels be done better in Legacy and then see what Ares is almost like a weird inverse of Legacy, where you spend most of the time off the grid.
Yeah.
And like that's the type of vibe you're trying to go for. And then Mons dies because of the AI, kind of. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Also too, like at the end of Legacy, Jeff Bridges blows up his own grid. And so so Ares has like this thing of like the Dillinger Company has one grid.
Yeah.
There's like another NCOM grid.
The red versus blue.
Jeff Bridges has a nostalgia grid from Tron when he's got his little cameo.
Yeah.
Which again, all very like gorgeously animated. Like the animators, like they cooked. They did a great job.
The original grid is the best part of the movie.
Yeah, the original grid's the best part of the movie. So fun. It looks great. But it's just all in service to nothing. And like Greta Lee, I will say, like is probably the most disappointing person in this movie because
devastating. It's devastating to see her in this role.
Again, I mean, the most obvious one we point to is Past Lives. I mean, she's great in that. She's like a perfect fit in it, and it's kind of what got her career off the ground. But you could just tell this was a movie where she's either phoning it in, or she's doing a terrible job, or just both.
Or just both.
I think it's just both. I think it's just probably like, I feel like I think I said afterward, it was like this felt like the one for them movie.
Yeah.
For Greta Lee, where it's like I get the paycheck, I get to like have some financial security while I go look for my next actual good
She gonna
movie.
link up with the A24 is coming back.
A24 is coming back again for sure. Yep. That's kind of what this felt like to me because my God, I've never seen her phone it in that bad.
And it was phoning into a point where it's like I don't even know who to be mad at. I don't feel like my time was necessarily wasted watching Aries. I mean, I'm a hater of this movie. Like, let's get that out of the way. Legacy's great. I'm with Kiko on this one. But Aries, man, what a just devastating watch because not only I see one of my favorite actors in Greta just like go out there and like get the bag, which is cool. Get the bag, sis. But like what is happening with your performance here is making me feel like not only is it one of the worst performances in the movie, whether or not that was up to her and the script she got was like kind of hard to tell. But obviously she was phoning in a lot of it. And then have me in this position I am currently praising Jared Leto is not what I thought was going to happen. And like the praise is only just barely enough to be like he's one of the more interesting characters, of course next to Hassan and just like his all-time performance as a tech billionaire, which is awesome.
He's just a tech billionaire. It's funny because he satirizes them so much and he just gets to be one.
And because he knows them now.
Yeah,
like he's like, I've done enough shows about the downsides of AI and billionaires in tech. Let me be one.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I appreciated it. I was like, Hassan Minaj as a tech CEO. And he's not phoning it in like his lines. He's like delivering them all like an actor.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Like that's the biggest compliment I can give him.
He's probably like, Eve, where are you?
The most stand-up performance in the movie. I would say the worst character is the comic relief guy. R.I.P. to that guy for having to play that role. But I'm just like, it felt very like Marvel quip.
We're not even gonna put him on blast. Like he's just a diet happy. Like he's a diet. Yeah, diet Aquafina, diet all these characters who are always one next to the protag.
It's just like obligatory. Like we have to put this character in the movie.
Well, and also obligatory. My sister has a terminal illness, and she's just dead now.
Yeah.
And was she the one who actually... That's the thing. How did they all get control of the Flynn company? Where's the Flynn son? Where is Sam? Where is Sam and Olivia Wilde at?
Again, this feels like a setup. This feels like a setup for another movie that will never be made. That was what Tron Legacy was, ironically. It was a setup for a movie that was never made. They were going to make more Trons. Because Cillian Murphy is in Tron Legacy as a Dillinger, I believe.
Well, this guy was just telling me, he was like, you're going to see a cameo here. I had no clue he was going to be on screen.
Yeah, so we watched Legacy a few days ago here. It was this after we watched Aries.
Yeah.
And I was like, you're not going to believe who's in this. It's Robert Oppenheimer.
It's Robert Oppenheimer.
It's Robert Oppenheimer with an emo haircut. Being like, hey,
he's got a mop on his head. That is like 2010s to a T.
Yes, it is definitely a 2010 haircut.
Yeah, and like he's got like the style of it too. I really like. I mean, like it's funny because I just kind of want to talk more about Legacy now because of how much I really dug that movie.
Yes.
But obviously, we're here to shit a little bit on Aries because it probably needs it.
I think we're gonna shoehorn some Legacy in right now because just the main story of Aries is, again, on paper it sounds good. It's like an AI thing. It's like this Aries, this fighting program, is being told what to do. And he's trying to like figure out like, okay, like what's my place? Like, do I have agency in this whole thing? And that is the good version of the movie, if they ever explored that at all. A lot of it is just kind of like very like empty dialogue and empty calories alongside massive sugar rushes of like visual sequences that are super fast paced, which again look great. That's the main like compare and contrast with Legacy, is that Legacy like is definitely much more about the vibes, and like the Daft Punk soundtrack is kind of like trying to introduce you into this world, like make you feel immersed in the world.
It is not the reason you're there.
Yeah.
It's a reason you're there.
That movie is like kind of like welcome to the grid. Like this is the virtual world. Look at this, like how this world has like developed on its own. Because like in the original Tron, like Jeff Bridges just like creates the base of the world.
Yeah.
And then he just watches it grow. He watches it evolve, and it kind of like, again, it goes out of his control. He creates other programs that like look exactly like him, he's
the dad that went and got the milk and never came back.
Exactly. Yeah. No pun intended. Everyone
shout
goes
out Clue.
off. Yeah. Shout out Clue.
Shout out Clue.
He just goes. He just goes off grid, and like the AI stuff like gets out of control because he's like, kind of goes Ultron with it and misinterprets his directive. He's like, am I to create the perfect system? Yeah. That's one of that's probably one of the best
biodigital jazz, man.
That's the other thing too, is that like in Legacy, Jeff Bridges, like he's a kind of a main character, like the main like supporting character.
Yeah.
And he's just vibing out. He's doing like biodigital jazz, man. He's just really he's doing like the dude in the Tron world. Whereas like in this movie, he's in it for like 5 minutes. And gives Ares nothing.
I understand
note.
Not a word that him or Ares say because of how this like weird decision to put like these like super saturated like voice modulator over what. And Jeff Bridges is already mumbling, and like Ares is just out here trying to be like, what is my directive? But just like not an as antagonistic clue. And it's like, yeah, cool. Ares is like the ideal AI. It's like, yeah, a guy who is following directives but can kind of see right from wrong, which even to me, it just seems like, okay, so you saw Eve's entire life in that one scene. Now we're bouncing back to Ares. And it's like, oh, now I just finally understand the righteous indignation of humanity. Like Evan Peters' character is so ridiculous in this movie. Like the fact that they even try to set him up as a villain for the fourth, that might, like you said, I already think Disney's already said we're not making another one.
Yeah.
Bob Iger, if he's still around, I don't even know who's leading that company anymore, but whoever it is was just kind of like, was just a hit. It was just a hit. Not a good hit, but just a bad hit.
Yeah, the Evan Peters character is like, I feel like he's trying his best.
Oh, it's not Evan Peters' fault.
There's no meat on the bone of that character. You kind of know it's like typical tech CEO stuff where it's like you just kind of get over his head. Gillian Anderson, the mother, the only one sort of like trying to talk sense to be like, do you think you can control this? You think you can... And that's the only time where anyone speaks any sense. And then she dies like right away. She's like, I'm taking control of the company, and then she dies right away. I'm like, what is happening?
No, we were because we had a fun like viewing experience of this too, because you see it in Dolby in the nice like recliner seats, and we got the last row. Barely there was like no one behind us other than that group of people that left 5 minutes into the movie, which was so funny. They went from talking the entire time to like just leaving.
They just
5
dipped.
minutes in.
It was so funny.
So we were just in the back, just like having a grand old time watching this film, and that's. I mean, as the resident Tron expert out of the two of us, I mean, it was a fun watch. It's not the same kind of fun. It was kind of a fun, like, hate. It's not even a hate watch, man. How would you say it? Like, how would you, like, kind of tell about your experience coming out of the movie theaters for all the criticisms we have?
Again, I calibrated my expectations to be like, it's a music video.
Yeah.
With talking you have to bear in between.
Yeah.
Which is basically what it ends up being. Because, like, once the music and, like, the visuals really get in sync, that's when you can, like, have some fun with it. And, like, you know, you see, like, Jared Leto, like, trying to get virtual Regrettably to escape on they're, like, riding through the digital sea.
They're, like, dolphining through the sea, and it's like, oh, it's kind of cool.
Rising through a digital sea, you're like, hey, that's kind of neat.
Not
like,
as cool as Legacy, but it's kind of neat.
Like, there's just some fun stuff. But, again, at the end of the day, like, you're getting, like, these big sugar rushes in those sequences, but then the movie inevitably crashes, and you're just, like, you're sitting there watching two people talk to each other, and you're like, they're just saying words. They're simply saying words to each other.
How long do we spend in the real world? Way too long. That's just the answer.
That's the main thing, is that, like, I don't want to see Vancouver.
No.
The appeal of Tron is that a guy from the real world escapes into the virtual world.
Yeah.
And is like it's interesting to see what they find there. Legacy is something where it understands that. Like, the grid is the coolest part. And you can do some fun stuff there.
Well, the Tron, so we talked about this a little bit before, but the Tron Legacy, or the Tron ride in Walt Disney World, would I recommend you spend $1,000 to go to Walt Disney World? Maybe not, but like we went and it was fun, and this was the best part about any Disney thing I've ever been a part of is the Tron ride. And again, without any seeing in the movies, that's not a ride where you spend your entire time in the real world. They literally immerse you in the grid because they know that's like why you're here. That's why anyone's ever been here for Tron. I mean, remind me if you have like validation on this, but Tron like was originally a game or was it originally a movie?
Tron is a movie, not a video game.
Cool.
But a very successful arcade video game is made based on the movie.
Cool.
So there is a Tron game, but it was not. The game did not precede the movie.
Yeah.
Again, you just watch it and you're just like, okay, like.
Well, what can we say that hasn't been said about Ares already? I mean, it's been getting hate bombed across the board. I mean, who likes Ares? Ares is one of those movies that feels like just complete like mishmash slop, but not the kind of slop that I wouldn't eat. It's just like I don't want to return to this meat potato pie, dude.
I just wish these were more. They put more effort into these, man. Like,
yeah.
Tron Legacy. I watched an interview from like Joseph Kosinski, who directed Tron Legacy, and has since gone on to direct Top Gun Maverick.
One of our faves. Yeah.
Love that guy. But he said that he always thought of like Tron Legacy as the like alternative pop of movies.
Biodigital pop.
And like biodigital jazz. And so like when I watch that movie, I'm like, yeah, you know, the ships don't shoot lasers at each other. You know, most of it is very like you're kind of immersed in the world. Some things happen, some explosions happen, but it's not like, you know, it's all very like cool. It feels like very composed and not just like shooting beams all over the place.
It's something cool people would be into. And like you can't teach cool. You just like feel it out.
It feels like a very like underground version. Like I think the biggest compliment for Tron Legacy is as a Disney movie is that it does not feel like a Disney movie at all.
So true. So true.
Whereas Tron Ares is very much a Disney movie, a 2025 Disney movie.
Like the intro for both Legacy and Ares, very cool. Like the way that the you see the Walt Disney
castle comes in is the same in also too. The opening of Ares repeats a lot of the stuff from Legacy.
What did I tell you? That's what I said. I was like, that's
the box,
same
like
thing.
the TV, like going in. I'm like, oh, like that's exactly the same.
Yeah.
And like again, the opening logos are the same. Like a lot of stuff is the same. Where it's like they're trying to do the nostalgia of Legacy without like making an actual worthy sequel to that movie, which really bums me out.
Yeah.
But again, Tron is it's just like a world where you could do so much cool stuff. You could have had again another meaningful discussion about AI, but you don't do that. But again, I don't want to beat that horse too much. I do want to talk about, again, the soundtracks.
Let's do it.
Now, Daft Punk is untouchable. It is an incredible score. Like, you really can't compare it. It's really hard to do that. Like, that is like a singular experience all its own. Like you said, it was your first experience with iTunes buying stuff.
My God, I mean, hey, I know, please throw up a picture of what old iTunes looked like, because that's a nostalgia trip. That's a nostalgia trip.
That kind of stands in like in its own pantheon, but at the same time, like 9 Inch Nails, like for what this movie is, I mean, the score makes the movie. The score without the score, there is no movie here to be found. It is very much like 9 Inch Nails, like very like party music. It's a sugar rush of a movie where it crashes a lot, but they are there to provide the sugar.
Yeah,
it is like the sweetest chocolate chip cookie you've ever had in your life. Or if Tron Ares is like going to McDonald's, then 9 Inch Nails is like consuming the best McFlurry you've ever had in your miserable life as you eat the rest of this McDonald's.
Wait, no, hear me out. I think you're on the right track here, but I want to specifically shout out when McDonald's used to let you split up 50-50 M&Ms and Oreos. It's the best combo, and they just don't even let you do it.
I didn't even know they could do that.
When they used to stick it in the actual machine, and the spoon would actually spin and mix the McFlurry. Okay. Am I out here standing up for big?
I might have to find that. I might have to find that.
I'm sure there's some eater video on YouTube about it or something like that. Bon appetit. No, we don't mess with Bon Appetit.
Not Bon Appetit.
Not a bon. This is anti-Bon Appetit content.
We'll do eater. But okay, so in that case, would you say that the 9 Inch Nails soundtrack is the 50-50 Oreos M&M's McFlurry?
Well, I feel like the Daft Punk is the 50-50. I feel like this is like the M&M, which is my next. That's like if I had to just choose one, I'm an M&M guy.
But see, I think Tron Legacy, you're not eating at McDonald's at that point.
Oh, so sorry, I did not pull out what you were talking about. So the McDonald's analogy is just about Ares. In that case, 1,000%, because the music is great. I don't think it's like we already talked about it. In it. It's like I don't know why it's called In It. Just some British humor right there. But I really do think it's the 50-50. Now that I'm kind of on track with what you're saying, because like going and experiencing Legacy and that soundtrack from Daft Punk is like going to like the local bakery where they like wake up at 4 a.m. and they're like meticulously making dough with like 13 layers of crust, and then you get the best cookie you've ever had. And then you're going to fast food, still getting really good fast food, but it's fast food.
It's like going to Met Market if you're from Seattle, you know where the Met Market and getting the
Erewhon and in LA.
Yeah, the Erewhon, the Hailey Bieber smoothie.
We know nothing about that. Please don't come up to the PNW Erewhon. We don't want you.
No, that's fine.
We don't want.
We have so many fun grocery stores already. We don't need it.
PCC don't need that smoke.
PCC don't need it. We don't need that at all. We got an Asian markets now. We got TNT.
Oh yeah, should we just shout out McPherson's?
We got a Waji Mayas. We got a Waji Mayas everywhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's kind of where I was going with that. As another mosquito gets in my face.
Do the mosquitoes believe it's a good 50-50? They're looking at us like we look at McFlurries.
Yeah.
No, I think it's a great analogy too, because I don't know. There's nothing memorable that I can just, other than the intro track, which is very memorable. Could talk to you about what happened with the 9 Inch Nails album and their interpretation of the soundtrack. But again, like, it was sweet in the moment, and it was fun to experience with friends.
And that's honestly, you kind of lead into a question that I had, and I was interested in your answer to. But how do you think the 9 Inch Nails soundtrack, how this will hold up, like next year, 5 years, 10 years? Because obviously Daft Punk, like Tron Legacy, the movie, when it came out in 2010, was a big flop.
Yeah.
Just like this one. But
yeah, it was getting a lot of hate. I mean, you were really
at the time,
and we really like it. We think it's aged very well.
Then I watched it like 10 years after that. I remember during pandemic when like Disney
2020
Plus, when Disney Plus was like a thing and like people were just chilling at home and you could just watch whatever. That was when I was like, okay, you know what? I have nothing else to do. I'm not going outside. I'm gonna watch Tron and Tron Legacy back to back.
That's hard.
And I was like, okay, like Tron Legacy's got like some sauce. That music is great. It's like irreplaceable. And like even though the movie, people at the time did not think was good, but people remember it fondly now. Tron Ares, I don't think will have any of that type of appeal. Like, I guess in that vein. What do you think people think of this 9 Inch Nails album? You know, very early, too early thoughts, but like
too early thoughts from not a 9 Inch Nails fan.
Yeah,
like not that they're bad. I appreciate their music. I'm not consuming NIN like that. They have such a deep fan base, kind of similar to Daft Punk. But unless it's like your friend that had bought and pre-ordered the vinyl a month before the movie came out, like what am I even supposed to? Am I gonna revisit like the whole album? No, I mean I barely revisit the Legacy album, but the Legacy album has significantly more swag and a lot more creative dissonance that I'm just like, or not even the 9 Inch Nails album has to deal with creative dissonance, which is like the movie it's backing means nothing to me.
Yeah.
But after watching Legacy for the first time, like I was telling you in real time, it was hurting the score I have of Ares in real time because I'm like, well, this is just Ares is the cheap imitation of that. But of Legacy. But what I will not say is that NIN's album, they cooked. They absolutely cooked. I probably would give, if I gave the Legacy soundtrack a 10 out of 10, which I think you just gotta, maybe it's untouchable in terms of score because it's so iconic.
I think it is.
But I'd probably give the 9 Inch Nails album like a 7 out of 10 because I don't think it's really, there's nothing it can attach. I can't attach it to scenes. I can't attach it to performances I liked. I definitely can't attach it to what is the combination of those two, which are literal like scenes that I can picture in my head from Legacy that are associated with the songs I've listened to over the years through Legacy. So it's a long way basically to say it's a good album, it's not a great album, and I will not be revisiting it most likely unless it's like on a playlist. So it just hurts by comparison, which is a bummer because I'm sure it took a lot of effort and a lot of work to put together the 9 Inch Nails album, which is probably a disappointment. I wonder what 9 Inch Nails fans think about the album as well. Did your friend talk about it at all with you?
No, again, he hadn't opened it yet.
Oh, so he was like,
he's going like mint condish. Mint condish.
Mint condish, baby.
Yeah, no, I think you have a great point that I was gonna bring up, but I think you really teed it off really well. It's like, you know, scores are nothing without like something to like think about.
Yeah.
Something has to happen in the movie. There has to be some sort of like emotional like through line or like emotional connection to the music through like what's happening in the movie.
Facts, dude.
Like Creed is like one of my 4 favorite movies. And that was like the movie where like the score and like the visuals and like the story like work really well together.
Black Panther original soundtrack.
Black Panther's great.
Yeah.
Saw that in concert earlier this year.
A Disney movie that like knew how to make, I mean Marvel.
Both Ryan Coogler movies.
Ryan Coogs, come on.
In any movie you want your score to be like memorable.
Yeah.
And the only reason the score is memorable is because the movie is memorable and the score is just like played a part in it. Whereas like it's hard for, you know, bad movies with good scores to like stand out. Wonder Woman 1984, I think is one example that comes to mind. It's a terrible movie. Wonder Woman 1984 is a terrible movie. Might be worse than this movie.
Oh, whoa, I need to hear a score for that then.
But the score for it's like 1.5, probably maybe 1 star.
Hell yeah. we ain't fucking with God.
Hans Zimmer did the score for that, and like Hans Zimmer does great stuff. Obviously, I just wonder if big 9 Inch Nails fans like how much they'll. Yeah, how they would rate it as an album. If you're somehow
on its own,
if you're somehow a 9 Inch Nails fan that has stumbled your way onto this little corner, this tiny corner of the internet, let us know what you think of the album and whether you've seen the movie or not. Or if you just listened to the 9 Inch Nails album because you're a 9 Inch Nails fan.
I want to pitchfork score from the audience on this one.
But you're gonna pitchfork a score from
just get real decimally. If it's like a 7.8 out of 10, I want to know.
Yeah,
I want to know.
But last thing I kind of want to say about the score, and honestly the movie in general, there's really not too much more to say, and also we got to go. Again, Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross, they do great scores. Like Soul, again, a Disney movie.
Yeah.
One of my favorite scores.
Yeah.
Like that, there's like that scene where like the guy is thinking about like his life and like what music means to him, and it's like the piano thing is just, it's incredible. Like tears me every time. Challengers has this party score, which again like fits the vibe of the movie. And like enhances the movie in a way where, again, it's another one of my 4 favorite movies because like The music just goes like they just go so well together with like this tennis love triangle thing, and it's.
I mean, side note, is that one of the few movies do you think that like fully like your opinion on it is like, obviously we love the film, but like the way that the music interacts with it, like, because you think that's like the strongest impact of a film that you love, where you're like, that's the film that is like the music film more than anything. I mean, maybe not more than anything, but it's like the perfect, like, if it's at a 4, now it's a 5. It's in the 4 favorites because of that.
Yeah. I'm very much a music. If music is really good, helps the story, it's a 5 out of 5, 4 favorites. Because like Spider-Verse, Creed, Challengers, School of Rock. Doesn't have a score, but like all great music movies. So that's kind of a big criteria for me.
Not Tron Ares though.
Not Tron Ares.
Not Tron Ares.
We're about to get into our ratings in a sec, but it's not, again, like you said, it's not Trent Reznor, Atticus Ross, not Nine Inch Nails' fault that this movie fails. Like they did their best. But at the same time, I feel like a lot of the stuff's gonna, like, for me, I think speaking for both of us, this is gonna more fade into obscurity in terms of like the pantheon of like movie scores because the movie sucks. Movie is bad. Like if you're a Nine Inch Nails fan and you love the album, that's fantastic. Honestly,
I hope they did.
Honestly, I hope you did. I think like you might be better off not watching this movie at all.
They've been technically, they haven't been releasing music under 9 Inch Nails, because that's what you were telling me about, the little bit of lore, because Disney was like, we need you to
we need you to put your band label on it so that we can score more.
Great logo, 9 Inch Nails. Love the logo.
It looks like a movie on its own.
Oh yeah, seriously. But yeah, anyways, 100%.
In terms of like the pantheon of movie scores, I don't see it doing much traction. Not like the Daft Punk, because also like Daft Punk is so exclusive, where it's like, oh, this is the only score they did. And it's like this great, like, and you're never going to see them do another one again.
Totally.
So it's like fleeting. But like Trent Reznor, Atticus Ross, they're going to keep going. They're going to make more scores. They're going to do great at them. Social Network again, iconic.
We're getting the second Social Network?
The Social Reckoning, I think is what it's called.
Social Reckoning?
It's called The Social Reckoning. Jeremy Strong's in it. I think
the
Mikey Madison's in it.
Jeremy Allen White got.
He's in that too.
Confirmed, I think.
He's in that too.
Let's do a post. If they're, we're gonna put Chris. You're gonna put a big X over my face if I'm wrong.
Because I know it's Jeremy Strong and Mikey Madison from Nora,
which is already great.
So we'll see how that goes. Not too much more to talk about this movie. I think we got most of what we wanted to say out the way.
Should we do both?
I'm going to throw it over. Well, okay, I guess so.
Yeah,
you want to do both ratings? Okay. So first of all, I'm going to throw it over to you. First, Tron Legacy, Tron Ares. What you got for ratings?
Tron Legacy, a movie that was underappreciated for its time, and I'm happy I got to see it in 2025 for the first time, because I'm giving it a strong 4 out of 5. That's a movie that Chris did not undersell, and I think more people need to talk about. I think Tron, that's what made me believe in Tron. Now let me tell you about something that took away that belief, like a kid at a candy store. Tron Ares might be a 1.5, but I'm gonna settle at a 2 because the music's cool. I do like the grid scenes. I gotta at least give a little bit of credit to Jared Leto's performance as like him apparently just being really good at being a robotic guy, which is kind of wild when you think about actors and what makes them special. At the end of the day, it's a 2 out of 5 for me. Maybe one day it'll become a 1.5 because it's a movie that means nothing, stands for nothing, and leaves way too many interesting like plot points open that they could have gone into. And it's like, I feel bad. I'm coming after my fellow countrymen. You know, shout out Norway. I wouldn't exist without Norway, but here we are, one of our best out here. I'm giving him a 2 out of 5. Again, but is it like his fault?
It's not his fault, though.
It's like when you give a Marvel movie and to like just a like
to a non-Ryan Coogler director.
Yeah, really. I was about to say, of course, haven't mentioned this one. I love talking shit about Brave New World. Just one of those films that's like I couldn't even tell you who directed it, because it's just one of those things where Disney was like, we're gonna actually be the ones who direct this film.
Yeah.
So it's a 2 out of 5, unfortunately for me.
And for me, Legacy is 4.5. 4.5 out of 5. Again, the vibes are just so strong. Soundtrack is too good. When I watched it again, I was so surprised that people didn't talk about it at the time. They didn't make more of them.
No.
In hindsight, I'm glad they didn't make more of them, because that would have meant Joseph Kosinski had to make more, and also Cillian Murphy. His career probably would have gone in an entirely different direction. No Oppenheimer, no Top Gun Maverick, no F1.
Nope.
Potentially. All those things could have gone completely by the wayside if they had gone into no Barbenheimer, exactly. So, you know what? Maybe we're better off, but it would have been nice to see what they would have done with Legacy, because Ares is not a follow-up to it whatsoever. It is a 2 out of 5 for the same reasons. It's like music, visuals, good at times.
1 fist pump for each star, because we're not even doing
1 fist pump for each star? Well, then you got to do another one. There you go.
There you go, 2 stars.
Yeah. So I think we've said all we need to say about this movie as we wrap it up, as we go into the darkness. The lights have gotten more prolific as we've gone on. So yeah. So as always, I'm trying to do this is the first time I've done the outro
on screen.
On screen.
Yeah.
So executive produced by Jonas Hyllseth.
Yes, sir.
Not in the edit room though, because that's going to be edited by me.
Back to the Filipinos.
Not Norwegian. This is another episode of Pinoys versus the World. My name is Chris Angkico.
My name is Harald Hyllseth.
And we will talk to you all later.
Peace.